25th day of April in the year of our Lord 2024. Yesterday was my birthday, and thanks everybody who sent well wishes and cards and messages. I appreciated all of it, every single bit of it. I appreciated it. But the day is the 25th of April, and it's supposed to be getting warmer, and it is still cold outside. So, what's up with that? Sometimes I want to have just a little talk with Jesus and ask him what's going on. Um, but anyway, I'm glad to be here one more time. I'm glad to be healthy, older but healthy, and in my right mind. So I just have to, pause and give thanks. Remember how I tell you guys, I tell everybody, just be grateful for the breath that you just took. I really believe in that because everybody knows that you can be okay at 7:01, and then something happened, and by 7:03 you're down, and perhaps you never get back up again. So the breaths that you take are precious. They're gifts. So take that breath right now and say thank you to God. I wanted to lift up a thanks to a colleague and friend, Reverend Dr. Earl Fisher in Memphis, Tennessee. He has been working to get a House bill in Tennessee done, get it off of the table, and they successfully defeated the reparations bill in the Tennessee legislature. Go, Reverend Earl, go, go, go. It's that kind of activism that makes a difference. None of us can afford to just sit back and twiddle our thumbs and believe that everything's going to be all right, because there are some people out on the battlefield, and they are ready to just stop up any amount of progress or progressivism, any of that, in the name of I don't know what. I don't know. I don't know what it is. Somebody said to me that it's really conservatism and not anything else. Well, I don't know what it is. I just know that it's really kind of putrid. And I know that anytime people who say they love God are going around trying to do all that they can to step on or to take away the rights of other people, that to me, that ain't God. God doesn't have anything to do with that. And so I am appreciative of what you did, Reverend Earl. If you're watching, I'm so appreciative of what you did. And he makes it plain that the work is not over. When you have a victory, then it's just one step. Then you have another victory, and you have another victory. One of the things that happened, I think, after the 60s, after so many gains were made, is that people got tired and they kind of figured, well, we're okay. But we're never okay in a country where a group of people want to sit on, take away, snatch away the rights of other people, including Black people and brown people and immigrants and women. We're never okay. We're never going to be okay. There's always going to be another step. And so, what Reverend Earl is doing in Tennessee and what other people are doing in other states is very, very important. To that end, I want to remind you that every single person needs to vote. If you vote, if you stay home, I'll put it that way, it's like casting a vote for the former president. And you know what? I really don't get it. I really don't get it, but I do. But I really don't get it why anybody would even vote for this former guy, because he has done so many things that are not right, not legal. It makes me angry. It actually makes me angry that he's running and that our government, supports his running, but that people support him. That's crazy to me. But anyway, because of that craziness, that crazy reality, all of us are mandated. We have a lesson from the ancestors, a message from the ancestors, those who worked so hard and died and died peacefully, I think, because they had worked so hard and had gotten so many gains. So to see us not working, or to seeing us sit back and think that it'll never happen here, I think it must give our ancestors, pain in their stomachs, because it's just we're in a bad, bad, bad place. I watched a movie, and I keep watching it, called the boycott, the boycott. And it's about the Montgomery bus boycott in the 1950s, late 1950s. The movie was made in 1961, I think. And the organization that the Black people had in that movie is just astounding. That's why I keep watching it, because those Black people in Montgomery, Alabama, banded together. They got carpools together. They set up stations so they could help people eat, all the stuff, so people wouldn't lose their jobs. But they were not taking those buses. They were not taking those buses. And the power structure thought that they would give out and that they would give up. They had their minds fixed. You know how it is when you got your mind fixed. They had their minds fixed on being able to be treated like human beings and ride the daggone bus and sit wherever there was a seat. Um, you have to watch that thing. You have to watch that movie and understand and internalize the depth and the breadth of that organization that they organized and they mobilized. They organized and they mobilized. People don't realize that it's not just enough to organize. You have to mobilize. People have to do things, and it takes sacrifice. They walked. My sisters and my brothers, they walked in whatever weather there was, in the rain, in the mud. They walked, and they did that until 380 some odd days later. They were able to get on the buses, pay their money, and sit wherever there was a seat. Well, metaphorically, we are fighting for a seat on the bus wherever there is a seat as these people try to take away our rights. And so we have to be diligent and we have to think of ways to organize and then mobilize so that we let them know that we're not turning back. How about that? We're not turning back. We're not going back 50 years. I know that they want to take us 50 years, but we have power and we have agency and we can say no, and then we can put our feet to the pavement and let them know that we are not fooled. I'm not talking about violence. I'm talking about organizing and mobilizing and being steadfast and immovable. That's what I'm talking about. And we have the power to do that. We just have to get it in ourselves. We cannot sit back and think that everything's okay. We have not ever had destruction come to this country as destruction has come to other countries in wars. We are forgetting that this is a 21st century and missiles can be fired from anywhere and can take whole cities out. You got to know that. And you also have to know that our rights can be taken away. Somebody's talking about repealing the Civil Rights Act of 1964. Seriously, we need to know about that and mobilize. Oh no, my brother and my sister, that's not going to happen. We have come too far, come too far. Um, they want to, some people don't want women to vote. They don't want kids. They want kids to be like 21 before they vote because they know the power of the young vote. So there's a lot going on, and we cannot afford to be sitting around and waiting and thinking that everything is going to be okay. It is not going to be okay unless we do the work. So I say all that to say kudos to you, Dr. Earl Fisher in Memphis, Tennessee, for the work. He circulated a petition and people signed it. They need to know. They need to know that we are not going back. Not going back. Come too far. Not enough just to sing the song. We got to walk and sing it with our feet. So that is my rant for this morning. For those of you who tune in every Thursday, this is Rest for the Justice Seeking Soul, a reading from my book, Rest for the Justice Seeking Soul. And that book was published a couple of years ago, but I've been doing those meditations, some from the book and some from the meditations that I write every single week. And I'm going to repeat that if you want to be on the distribution list, as several of you have indicated, you email us at crazyfaith2019@gmail.com. Crazyfaith2019@gmail.com. I also ask you to watch this Thursday morning event on our YouTube page and go to that page and like and subscribe. We need for people to go to that page and like and subscribe. Crazy Faith Ministries, Columbus, Ohio. You'll see it. You'll see our purple logo there. And I need for you to do that and tell your friends to do that because we just need that to happen. But if you want to receive the meditations that I do every single week, crazyfaith2019@gmail.com. And when you do that and I get that email, I put your name on it as soon as I get it. So if you want to be in the group, let us know. And I'm grateful for every single person that is in the group. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And for every person that tunes in and for people who have read the book and have bought the book. Thank you, thank you. So today I'm going to be doing a meditation on what I wrote this week called The Power or the Significance of the Comma. The significance of the comma. And it reads, there is something about hope that keeps us above the waters of suffering. Hope keeps us going. It fuels us. It makes us believe in the possibilities of the next day, no matter how bad or difficult a particular day has been in our lives. Under the influence of hope, a loss or a setback is never the final outcome of any given journey or experience in which we are immersed. When the challenges come, they often stop us, but that cessation of movement is a comma. Hope makes us remember that we are in the embrace of a comma and understand that we always have one more opportunity. Commas give us time to rest and to make room for more hope. When either team, for example, in the University of Michigan / Ohio State University game loses their annual game, and it is a big thing here, the losing team and the thousands of fans eat and swallow their disappointment and sink into the comma caused by the loss. I've done that. Michigan didn't win that game for, I don't know, 15, 16 years. It was hard. We stayed in that comma, stayed in the comma, but in that comma, hope stirs. And when you come out of it, when the hope starts to stir, you say, okay, there's always next year. It gives you some kind of miraculous will to go forward. The hope stirs within us and reminds them that the loss was a pause, not a final determination and judgment of either team's skill. Hope makes us able to breathe while we are experiencing the comma and feeds itself to us even more as we rejuvenate. We have commas in our lives that separate one day from another, one sentence from another, one experience from another, and one dream from another. Hope gives us the audacity to face life's challenges with a spiritual confidence that the world did not give and that the world cannot take away. We are like Watty Piper's littlest engine in his classic book, The Little Engine That Could. We are faced with humongous mountains and obstacles every single day that say to us, try to climb me if you will. Come on, give me what you got. And we pause, sitting in the comma, but our hope, which makes us remember the mountains we have already scaled and gotten over, whispers in our ears and tells us the obstacle is not greater than God. We are like the little engine that hoped in its moment of pause that it would be able to climb the mountain in front of it, and the mountain that was so big that the big engines, refused to try and do it themselves. The commas in our lives remind us that we can get through any situation that is stealing our joy and not only climb the mountain in front of us, but at the same time, help others to understand the power of hope as they see us climb the mountains that other more powerful people have found too much of a challenge. The commas, that is, the breaks in our lives where situations seem to be getting the best of us, are gifts because they cause us and allow us to stop and regroup and ask ourselves questions about why we are where we are. The question makes us open our eyes and see what is before us instead of keeping our eyes, hearts, and spirits shut so that we do not have to face ourselves and the challenge of the journey that was given to us by God. We are experiencing a comma right now in our country. People are exhausted. I know I'm exhausted. It's been 5, 6, 7, 8 years of this stuff, and it's crazy. People are exhausted as the undoing of the country as we have known it continues to be dismantled right in front of our eyes, with seemingly little being done to contain the former president and his minions who are planning the ruination and unraveling of the government. Okay, so I'm not crazy about the government. Nobody is ever crazy about their government, but what we have is better than some of the things I've seen in other countries. Trust and believe. There seems to be little regard for the law, though we claim we are a nation of laws. That's a whole nother meditation, you guys. People want to see justice meted out against those who have been charged with crimes, but what we want to see is slow in coming. We are in a comma. What we cannot do is stop climbing the mountains obstructing justice for all of us. We cannot look at the size of the mountains and decide that we can do nothing. We are the little engines that can. Yes, there is organized money fueling the foes of liberty and justice and freedom and mercy and grace for everybody. But there is also the Spirit of God inside of us that has always fueled people with the hope needed to push themselves up those mountains and over them. We are in a comma, a pause on the way to getting past the latest obstacles that are in front of us. If we can put things in perspective and see where we are as a comma and not as a declaration of the finality of injustice, We will feel the hope of God pulsating within us and will be encouraged to stay on the battlefield and in the fight. The comma gives us a chance to reboot. It allows us to get from God as much hope as we need until the next comma comes. The comma is the place where we stop and, looking at the mountains, say before us, I think I can. I think I can. The world will laugh at us as we work the commas. The world will chide us for acting like we feel the Spirit of God in us is greater than the spirit of oppression that is around us. But fueled by hope, we will merely take note of what the world is trying to do to us and take a deep breath or deep breaths to get even more of God's hope inside of us. Justice for people always comes in bits and pieces. It's unfortunate, but it's true. But because people are fueled by hope and are not discouraged to the point of stopping the fight for justice, justice pulls out victories time and time again. To the injustice that wants to steal our joy, we say, have at it, have at it. To the hope that wants to fill us up, we say, here I am, use me, fill me. And to the comma that allows us a resting place before we continue in the fight, we say, thank you. The very saints in heaven squeal with joy and applaud when they see us realize the nature of the battle before us and take the determination or make the determination that we will not let the obstacles make us turn back. We are little engines that can, equipped to bring light and hope into a world where too many people would rather reside in darkness and hopelessness. Amen and amen. So that is our meditation for today. I hope that it feeds you, that gives you something to think about. Um, we need as much feeding as we can get. So I offer just this little bit. So maybe it'll be part of your feeding for the day, for the work that God has called you to do. But I hope it does. I hope you think about it. I hope that you can resonate with it. And I hope that you will come back next week and bring some friends with you. Tell them about this Thursday morning uh, meditation that I do. And know this, guys, know this, that I am so, so, so grateful for those of you who tune in every single week. Some people are on the West Coast and they're not going to get up at 4 in the morning, which is 7 Eastern time to watch it. But when they get up, they watch it. Thank you, guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And please don't forget to go to our YouTube page, Crazy Faith Ministries, Columbus, Ohio, and like and subscribe to us there. In the meantime, have a wonderful week. I hope it gets warm where you are because I sure hope it gets warm here in Columbus, Ohio. Have a good week and a safe week. Take a couple of moments, whatever you're doing, to stop and consciously take a breath. And thank God that you're able to do that. Take good care. Stay on the battlefield. I'll see you next week. Bye bye.